Hi, and welcome to Love Doing Yoga on this Bank Holiday Monday. I hope you're making the most of the Easter break and getting a break over the Easter break. Hopefully you've had a nice couple of days off. Our theme today is a little bit of a different one. So our theme is free flow. And the reason I've picked this theme is, well, first of all, because Alan suggested it as a theme, and I went, he's right. So I'm a very structured person, and I like everything to be, I do this at this time, and I do this at this time, and I do this at this time. And my guess is because you are all very disciplined about doing your practice online, that you too are pretty disciplined, which from my point of view serves me very well most of the time, but it does mean I can be a little bit rigid in not always just going with the flow. So in this practice, it might be a disaster, I've no idea, but let's try and throw in quite a lot of, leaving it up to you to decide what you would like to do at different sections of the practice. So let's see how it goes. Hopefully it works. Nice little experiment. Love to know what you think. So yeah, do let me know. Before we start though, I want to congratulate all of you who have been continuing to keep up your practice every week, and sometimes some of you several times a week. You're absolutely brilliant. Really well done. It's fantastic that you've stuck with this over the years. Hopefully you really feel a great benefit from it. So a big shout out to Patricia, Sharon, Trish, Jean, Margaret, Anka, Annalise, Natalie, Jane, Ellen, Maxine, Viv, Neve, Alan, and Linda. And great to see some names on there that haven't been on for a while. So that's really good to see too. So congratulations to you all. And yeah, let's just see how this practice goes. Let's start off. I'm going to lie down. If you want to lie down for the start, do. Or if you prefer to stay seated, do. It's up to you. And as you're lying here, just slow down. Let go of your day and everything that's going on in your world, just bringing yourself to your practice. Spending this time connecting your body with your mind through your breath, uniting all of your being together. And let your attention go to your sense of hearing, allowing all the sounds around you in, letting them fill you. And allowing your mind time to just play with these sounds, maybe isolating one over another, maybe suppressing one over another. Let's just spend a minute here just playing with your sense of hearing and the numerous sounds that are traveling through your ears.
And now start to direct your breath. Again, making your own choice, deciding how you would like to direct your breath. You've got lots of different choices. You can try that sectional breathing that we do, where you fill your belly, then your rib cage, then your chest, or you could do that victorious breath where it's almost like you're breathing through a hole in your throat, or you can count your breath. You can do a box breath where all sections are even, or elongate your exhale. You can focus on your core as you exhale. So many different breaths. You choose what works for you today. And let's take 3 breaths here in that way. And when you're ready, bending your knees, hug those knees into your chest, just taking a little rock from side to side. And then coming to stillness, let's rotate those ankles. First in one direction and then in the other. And then coming to stillness. So now we want to warm up our legs. So got a couple of choices here of how you do this. So you can do it by moving quite actively, like pedaling, or maybe using a scissors, which will also bring your core into it. Or maybe you want to go a little slower and do maybe pigeon pose where you're with your foot on your thigh. So again, using your own imagination, just start to get those legs waking up, stretching, moving, becoming alive. And then when you're ready, coming to stillness again, hugging those knees into the chest. And then let the feet come down onto the mat as we roll over onto our side, making our way all the way up to tabletop. Setting yourself up in tabletop, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees, feet straight out behind you, pressing away from the mat, nice and active here. And again, we've done this before on several occasions, just free flow here. Whatever you want to do, whatever your body dictates, just take some movement through cat and cow, through turning from side to side, pushing back and forth on the knees, letting the shoulders move. Close the eyes, just work with the body. And then when you're ready, coming to stillness here, let's step up to come and stand
at the top of your mat with your feet
hip width apart.
Equal weight on both feet, standing up nice and tall here. Turning those palms outwards towards the front. Connecting with your breath here. Allowing those arms to drift away as you inhale and drift back to your sides as you exhale. One more breath. And then from here, stepping the right foot to the left corner of the mat and the left foot to the right corner of the mat. And then twisting the upper body, raise the left arm up and the right arm behind. So we're getting a nice full body twist here. You might need to keep those feet at quite a distance across just to help with that stability. One more breath here. And then coming back to the center, let's take that to the other side. So stepping that left leg across to the right corner, right leg behind to the far side of the mat, and then twisting the upper body. So you're going in the opposite direction of your legs, right arm up, left arm back, looking out to the left. Feeling that twist in the whole body, a nice stretch on the back of that right leg. One more breath here. And then coming back to the top of the mat. Okay, from here, we're going to run through a sun salute. But when we get to the part where we're going into our low lunge to plank to cobra, free flow. Do whatever you want. Maybe it's a high lunge, maybe it's a warrior one or a warrior two, maybe it's a balance, whatever you want. You've got 3 poses there. So you've got your low lunge, your plank, your cobra, 3 poses to work your way into ending up at a downward dog. 3 poses, and let's do that in, just so you know the kind of timeline, maybe 5 breaths as you work through those 3 poses. So from here, think about what it is you want to do. Or maybe don't think about what it is you want to do, just do whatever you feel like at the time. Let's start raising the arms up, taking a breath. And sweeping through to your forward fold. Bending your knees as much as you need to. And halfway lift or lengthen your spine. And then stepping into your first pose, whatever that is. Taking it through to your second pose, whatever that is. Just working with your breath, fitting in your third pose at whatever time feels right for you.
And meeting in your downward dog, pedaling your way in there. Nice and slowly to let those legs stretch out. Coming to your point of stillness. Taking 2 breaths here. And then stretching that right leg out behind you and stepping it through to a low lunge. And making our way back up to forward fold. And bend the knees, coming all the way up. Let's take it to the other side. Palms together, raise the gaze. Sweeping down, forward fold. And halfway lift or lengthen the spine. And then taking 3 poses in whatever you want to do, whatever you feel like, whatever feels right. And meeting back in downward dog. Taking 3 breaths here in your downward dog. And stretching that left leg out behind you. Let's step it through to our low lunge. And forward fold. Bending the knees. Coming all the way up, bringing the hands down into prayer. Good. Okay, hopefully you're enjoying a little bit of freestyling, letting your creative juices flow. From here, raising the arms up, let's sweep them down, coming into a forward fold. Bringing those hands down onto the mat as we step back into our plank here. Shoulders over wrists, softness in the elbows. Inhale. And as you exhale, lowering yourself down onto the mat, whatever way you want. Again, just freestyling, whatever works for you. And when you get onto the mat, drawing up into a back bend, whatever back bend you choose. And making your way through to downward dog. Let's raise that right leg up and step it through, coming into a low lunge. As you come up into your low lunge, bring your arms out into a T and take a turn, a twist to the right. Let your breath help you here to deepen into this pose, this twist. And coming back to the center. So we're going to flow through again our plank, come down, back bend, meeting back in our downward dog. So again, flowing freely. Close your eyes, just move with
whatever feels right at the time. Try to take 3 breaths in your plank if you can, and then 3 in your downward dog. And meeting back in your downward dog, let's take 3 breaths here. Stretching that left leg out behind you. Let's step it through for our low lunge on this side. And again, arms in a T, taking your twist this time to the left. And coming back to the center. Again, we're coming back into our free flow plank to downward dog, whatever way you want. Let's raise that right leg up and step it forward, raising the body up. So our right knee is over our right ankle. We're on the toes of that left foot. Let's raise the right arm up so the palm is facing upwards. Raise the left arm up so the palm is facing upwards. Let the right hand come onto the back of the thigh. So it's a twisted version of our reverse warrior. Excuse me. And let's look up towards the right, raising the arms up towards the right, torso turned towards the right. One more breath here. And then making your way back down into your plank to downward dog flow. Change it up, do whatever you want. And then raising that left leg up. Let's step it through, taking our reverse warrior on this side. So bending that left knee so it's over the left ankle, on the toes of the right foot. Let the left hand come onto the back of the right thigh. The right arm, palm facing up, As you raise it up, follow it with your gaze. Two more breaths here. And another flow through your plank to downward dog. Stretching that right leg out behind you. Let's step it through to the front, bending that front knee. Just draw the left foot across so the heels are in line with each other. And actually I'll just go the other side of the mat so you can see what we're doing from here. Let's bring those arms behind our back in prayer if you can. If you can't get them into prayer, hold on to the elbows or maybe just hold your hands again. Completely up to you. It's not prescriptive. It's whatever you want today. And from here, we're going to work our way through to an extended side angle. So drawing the right shoulder down towards that right knee. Try to keep the shoulders stacked on top of each other, gazing upwards. And then resting that right arm on the thigh, draw the left arm up past the ear. One more breath here. And making your way into your downward dog. Now let's lift that left leg up, stretching it out behind you. Let's step it through. Line up those heels, bending that left knee. And again, let's bring those arms, hands behind the back to start with. So you get a really nice open chest when you do this. And then taking the bend, left shoulder towards left knee. It doesn't have to get down too low. You can be up quite high, whatever works for you. And then letting that left arm rest on the leg as you draw the right arm up past your ears for your extended side angle, taking 3 breaths here. And again, bringing it through to your downward dog. One more breath. Raising up the right leg again. And let's step it through, lining up those heels, making your way into a triangle. Let me just turn to face you. So into your triangle. And from here, we're going to step this left leg up to meet the right in your chair pose. So the hips are sinking down. Again, stretching out the left arm. And then from here, coming down into a squat with the body facing to the left. And coming back to center, let's step it out to a downward dog once more. Stretching out that left leg and step it through, lining up those heels to create your triangle. And then stepping that right foot up to meet the left toes together, heels a little bit apart. Bringing your hips down to your chair pose. Keeping that right arm extended. And then coming down into your squat with your twist to the right this time. And coming back to the center, let's make our way up to stand once more at the top of the mat. And before we make our way down onto the floor to do some stretches down there, let's run through a sun salute again on each side. Totally doing it in your own time, in your own flow. Don't worry if it goes wrong. Don't worry if you want to just do something completely different. Close your eyes if that works for you. Go with your own body, with your own flow. Let's take it on each side, and I'll see you back here when you've done your own version of your sun salute on each side. Good. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Had a nice little flow. Went inside and just did whatever you felt like. So from here, once again, raising the arms up, let's sweep them out to the side, coming into a forward fold. And making our way down then all the way onto the mat to come and sit. Sitting up nice and tall, toes pointing up to the ceiling. Equal weight on both seat bones, engaging that core as you sit up. Ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips. One more breath here. And then let's reach forward with the right hand to that left leg. Bend that left leg. Raise the left leg up. Draw the left arm out to the side and follow it with your gaze. So you'll feel an extra stretch there with this along the hamstrings and glute. Try to keep that shoulder directly over the hip so you're not leaning back. Just stay nice and tall. And coming back to the center, bending both feet, holding on to both toes. Let's raise both legs up. This time you will be slightly behind the vertical. And let the left arm come out, finding that point of balance in the twist. And then bending those knees, let the feet come down as you once again extend the legs out, sitting up nice and tall. And let's take it to the other side. So reaching for that right foot with your left arm, raising the leg up, your left hand, and draw the right arm out. And then gathering up both feet. This time, as you extend the legs, and again, open the arm out. And letting the feet come down, this time keeping the knees bent as you come back to sit. Sitting up tall here. And let's once again take a twist this time to the left, using the right arm against the leg as a lever. And coming back through center to take that to the other side. And again, coming back through center, this time swinging around onto your knees, curl those toes and sit back on your heels if your knees permit you. And just feel that stretch in the foot. Bringing the hands into prayer at the chest. And making your way then into tabletop once more. And here what we're going to do is we're going to stretch one arm up and then bring it through and do the same with the other. Now, you can choose to do that whatever way you want. You might want to flow through it, move from side to side, or you might want to take your time, hold it in one position or another for a couple of breaths. So again, use your own imagination, go with your own flow, and just play with that for a little minute or two. And then when you're ready, let's meet back in tabletop. Taking a breath here. And then making our way down onto the mat to lie down. And from here, again, you decide what you would like to do. So, having your legs in the air, you can either stay here, maybe put your arms up too, and soften the shoulder blades into the mat. Maybe you want to drop the arm and leg down, the alternate arms and legs down. Maybe you want to open the legs out and draw them back, bend the knees in, stretch them up. So again, totally free flow here for 2 minutes. So that's quite a long time. Just do whatever feels right for you. And that could mean drawing the legs all the way down to the side and back up. Literally anything goes. Just work with your body, close your eyes, and go with the flow.
And then when you're ready, you can just hug those knees into the chest, and again, take a gentle sway here, or again, do whatever feels like it just gives you a little ease after whatever it was you were doing. And when you're ready, coming to stillness, let those feet come down onto the mat, stretching those legs out. Feet flopping out to the side, arms down by your sides, palms facing upwards. So I hope you enjoyed that slightly different practice to normal. I hope you allowed yourself to free flow and just go with whatever your body suggested, and that you enjoyed it. I'd love to hear your feedback and know what you thought. And now as you're lying here, curl those toes inwards really, really tight. Squeeze them, squeeze them, squeeze them, holding them in here. And then let them go. And then pushing out through your heels, feel the whole of your legs engage and tighten. Tension coming all the way up the legs, draw the knees in and down towards the mat. And relax and release. Clenching your glutes together, holding them here. Keeping it there. And hold. And release. Letting go your glutes and your pelvis, your legs, your feet, your toes. And then let your shoulder blades draw together, so close together like they're almost touching. Feel the whole chest and upper body engage, holding the tension and then letting it go, softening the whole torso, releasing all of that tension front and back. With your arms, squeezing your fingers into fists, raise your arms just slightly off the mat and squeeze, 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 and release and soften your fingers, your palms, your arms, your elbows, your shoulders. Scrunch your face together into a scowl, drawing everything into the center of your face, squeezing your eyes closed tightly, tightening the face as you squeeze and hold, and then soften and release. Releasing the whole face, head, jaw, chin, tongue, just letting everything go. The whole of your body, let it go. And identify something that you're feeling grateful for today. Hold that thought in your mind and let that gratitude fill you. And let your attention now go to your breath. Directing your breath in whatever way you choose. Letting your focus remain on that breath. playing with breath, keeping the attention on it. And spend a few minutes here just focusing on your breath and letting it flow freely. Dance with your breath and enjoy.